Elizabeth Stats, and I decided to write my paper on Lamont Donnelly. He is the sous chef at Uncommon Ground in Wrigleyville, and he originally started out, wasn't planning on being in the industry. He was studying psychology at U of I. He needed a part-time job, just something to make some extra money, and the only job that was currently hiring on campus was at a diner, just in the area, and so he started working there part-time. He lost his scholarship, so he couldn't keep going to school, so he just started working at the diner full-time, and just went from there. He's worked in a huge variety of restaurants. He's done corporate restaurants. He works at an independently owned restaurant right now. He's done catering, and he's worked mostly on the line. He hasn't been a sous chef for very long, only about 2 years, but he's been in the industry 15 years. So he was originally at Uncommon Ground on the line, and he had reached a point where he wanted to be the sous chef. He felt like he could handle it, and he was ready, and maybe he was just sick of the line. So he left to go pursue being a sous chef somewhere else, and when our sous chef position opened up, he came back, and I was already working there on the line, so I've actually gotten to see his whole progression of being sort of a new sous chef to being more seasoned, just him sort of growing into his position of this newfound authority, and just sort of how he's figuring it out. So I asked him about his management style or philosophy, and he doesn't really quite have one yet, because he's still trying out different things, seeing what works, and seeing how it works with different employees. He's had a few hiccups here and there, especially with our morning crew. Communication barriers have been a big one, because we have a morning and a night crew. We're open all day. Those are the two main crews, and morning ones, they're primarily Hispanic, and he doesn't speak any Spanish, so it was very, very trying. Especially during our brunch shifts, they're turn and burn. They're super fast. Everybody in the kitchen is yelling in Spanish, sweating profusely, moving impossibly fast, and for his first few shifts, trying to expedite that and talk to them when he didn't know their words or their codes or what they were doing, and they were all just talking so fast in between each other. So he's worked it out where he can now communicate effectively with them to get the food out, and service runs so much smoother now. So that was a big trial and error. He always works with people when they come in. Like, we have a lot of stages come in, help us out in our kitchen, sort of just to see what we're all about. And he almost basically runs it. Him and another woman, they run the prep kitchen that's underneath Uncommon Ground, because we're so high volume. In most restaurants, everybody's responsible for your meals, and you're still responsible for your meals. But we just do so much so that we have a prep kitchen, and there's at all times like 8 to 12 things going on in there. And that's what he said his biggest struggle was when he first came into the industry, was that he would only do one thing at a time. So he would be really focused, it would be really good, but he wasn't really getting a lot of other stuff done. So as he's been more experienced, he's been able to handle a lot more and handle multiple things at once, and knew more about his timing. So it's really cool seeing him talk to other people about it, and what he's taught me personally about multitasking and doing preparations for your station has really helped me out. And I think that everything comes full circle when he's up on the line from the prep kitchen. You see everybody that he works with ensuring quality control. He knows when you're going to run out of something before you do, because he knows where all the backups are and when they're going to be making it, so he can plan ahead and let you know what's going on. Also, it allows him to do quality control because he sees everything that goes in and out of the walk-ins, so he knows who's making what, when they're making it. And so if you have a question about something, or if you don't know how to make something, or if you need guidance in any way, he's usually the person to go to, just because he has a hand in everything. And I really think he misses the line, just because when we're really busy on Fridays, Saturdays, for the night crew, that's our busy time. And we have tickets across the board, they're falling on the floor, everything's everywhere. He has been on the line so long that he knows what you're going to need, and because he's calmly on the other side of the pass, he can look up and he tells you what you're going to need. So if you have all these proteins going on the grill, you have stuff in the broiler, you have stuff on the flat top, you have stuff in the oven, and you still have plating to do, you know what you need to be doing, but it just gets to a point where it's too much. You can't remember anything anymore. And so he verbally out loud, it tells everybody what they need, one station at a time, and that allows you guys to talk amongst yourselves to figure out what you need to do in order to get timing all together. He's really good at that, and I think that that's really it's one of the key things in a sous chef. It's one of the things that I admire. And but yeah, So that's pretty much it. He can turn people that are beginners, that are dropping their knives, into solid line cooks, and it's really good to see that he's working in a place that he really enjoys, that he's finally at a place where he can be an authority, and he's seen the industry change over the years. And biggest piece of advice that he gave to me was, if you don't want to be in the industry, don't be in the industry. He, warned everybody about the long hours and this and that, and he's really encouraging people that he knows want to be there and want to work hard. So I really appreciated working with him.